Well, stuffing, it is a staple at the Thanksgiving table. And if you're looking for a new recipe, we're making a wild rice stuffing today with Susan Nye. She has a catering business around the table. Yep. And you said this is one that you've made for years.
For years and years, except now I don't make it anymore because my family insists on the same stuffing that my mother made when we were little kids. So
and sometimes that's difficult, working in a new recipe for Thanksgiving, but this looks great.
So if your family is a little bit more adventuresome than mine, I recommend that you try this. So what I've started out with is cooked up some wild rice and some brown rice, and that's pretty much ready to go. And then I've sauteed up some onions, some celery, and some mushrooms. And now I just want to add a few herbs. I'm going to add some thyme and some tarragon and nutmeg, just to give it a little bit of spice. It's also been salt and peppered. And then I turn, you want to get a really large bowl in order to do this, because otherwise you're going to have a mess all over your floor.
Right.
So I just get...
And you cooked the rice with some chicken stock, right?
I cooked the rice with chicken stock. You don't have to, but it just adds a little bit more flavor. And then I want to put my vegetables in.
And we were talking about the bread too. You have kind of a nice hearty loaf of bread over there, and you don't have to even let it sit out. You say you put it, break it apart, throw it in the oven for a few minutes. And
yeah, the key thing is you want your bread to be a little bit dry. And so what I've used here is a nice hearty bread, multi-grain bread, but you can use a country bread. You can use
whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
Yeah.
Just don't use Wonder Bread. So I've tossed these two together. Throw in my breadcrumbs. And then you can hear it sort of being still a little crunchy.
Yeah.
So what you want to do then is just add a little bit of chicken stock. Now, Erin, are you cooking Thanksgiving dinner, or are you going somewhere?
We're all going to be cooking a little bit.
Oh, good.
So.
And what's your contribution?
Well, I was going to make I got a recipe for a new squash recipe, so I was going to try that out.
Sounds perfect.
But this actually looks really good to me, so I was wondering if maybe we'd do this.
Well, you could do that, or I've got a present for you. This recipe is in Around Concord.
Okay.
There's an article, and there's also a squash recipe in there.
Wonderful.
So you can take your pick.
All right, we're out of time, Susan, unfortunately.
So what you want to do is either stuff your bird, make sure it's very cold, or you can put it in a casserole and just bake it in the oven.
There we go, and we're going to get the recipe on our website.
And the recipes are on your website.
Thank you, Susan.
Thank you.
We'll be right back. Stay with us.